What's up guys, it's Andrew at Elite Gaming HQ, and it's now September, so it's time to do an all-in-one PC parts guide. This includes your monitor, your PC, your peripherals, everything you need to get gaming. Today's build will be for 1440p gaming or high FPS like 144Hz, 1080p gaming. This computer would also be good for streaming, and we're going to go with a red and black theme and a price range of $1,500. So stay tuned.
Elite Gaming.
Alright guys, before we get into the video, I'd just like to ask you, go to the bottom, click on the bell, join our notification squad. We've had a lot of people join. It's really awesome to have all this support, and we're just going to keep growing the channel together. If you do join the squad, say notification squad at the bottom, and I'll be having a shout out for all the new members, and that will be on the next video. So I hope to see you there. But let's get into the parts. Alright, for this build, we're going to use mostly PC outlet. We're going to use Newegg for our RAM, our motherboard, and our case, Best Buy for our video card, and as I said, everything else from PC outlet. Just so you know, to give you a heads up to where to order the parts if you're looking for them yourself. So as I said, we're going to do a red and black theme, so first let's look at the case. Now really the case is always up to you. You can choose whatever you want. For this build, I felt like let's get something really nice. We're spending a lot of money here, and we wanted to go with our red theme. So I chose the Fantex Ellipse P400 tempered glass red case. And what's great is this case is not too expensive. It's got an amazing smoked tempered glass side panel and some red internals. The bottom of the case glows with the nice logo to make it a nice standout case. But what we're going to do is we're going to get two Cooler Master Sickle Flow fans, which are great fans by the way. We're going to open up the case. We can look at it at this exploded view. We're going to take the back fan, which is just plain old black. We're going to move it up front. Since it's not clear up front, it doesn't matter what fans you put there, but we want to have good airflow. And then we're going to put the two Sickle Flow fans in the back. One at the very back, one at the top. And this will give us great pressure inside the case, along with amazing cooling. Bringing in that cool air to keep all your parts nice and cool. And the red Sickle Flow fans will add a nice bleed effect that'll be subtle and go on top of the rest of your parts. Alright, so next let's talk about the processor. Now this one was a real hard one for me, because making it fit this budget and also getting a nice monitor, because we're going to want a 1440p monitor, or at least a high refresh rate 1080p monitor. To get this to work, I had to really make some compromises, and I had to think to myself, what is best? What would be best for somebody who's purchasing all these parts and building it themselves? And my first thought was an i7, because i7s are great. I use one myself. They're great for gaming. With some of the better games, they're kind of hard to game and stream. At least I'm running into that problem with my 6700K, and it's overclocked to 4.5 gigahertz. But at the same time, the price point is so high. So I decided to once again stick with the Ryzen 5 1600. And you have to hear me out here, because our motherboard, we're going to go with a B350 this time. And we're also going to go with a Cooler Master Hyper 212, and we're going to overclock the processor somewhere around 3.6 gigahertz. Now I know these processors have turbo, and let me explain that to you. The turbo only overclocks usually 1 or 2 cores to that speed. When we manually overclock it, we're going to get all 12 threads at that speed, which is going to make an immense difference. And if you're afraid of overclocking, don't be. These motherboards, it's basically you just punch in the modifier, and you can find a video anywhere that's going to help you with that. So now we have our 1600X, our Cooler Master Hyper 212, which is the best value for cooling that you can buy. The next step up will be liquid cooling, but you're not going to get it at this price. On PC outlet, the Hyper 212 is $34 with a $10 mail-in rebate. We're also going to pick up some Arctic MX4, which has been shown to lower your temperatures up to 5 degrees C, and we're going to mount it all on an MSI B350 Gaming Pro Carbon ATX motherboard. That comes in at $129 with a $10 mail-in rebate. So overall, with our processor, our cooling solution, and our motherboard, we're looking at $356 alone, which is not bad for what we're getting here. And then also the motherboard comes with a nice red LED glow. It's going to look great in our tempered glass case with its little smoke panel. It won't be too much, but it'll just be a subtle red light. So the other reason why we couldn't go with the i7, I had to make a decision. Do I go with an i7 or do we get an SSD? I really feel like when you're buying a build this expensive, you want an SSD. So for the storage solution, we went with Western Digital Caviar Blue 1 terabyte. No surprise there. That's our extra storage. And we went with a Kingston A400 240 gig SSD. So this way we have our fast boots and we can put a couple games on our SSD, but everything else we still have 1 terabyte left over. These are both from PC outlet, and I feel like that is the sweet spot of storage at this point right now when you're buying a higher end build. Next, the RAM. We're going to go with Corsair Vengeance 2 4GB sticks. It's a dual channel kit at 2666. Now we want dual channel because it's going to help our Ryzen processor, and we still have 2 open slots for future upgrade. But I didn't go with too much faster RAM because sometimes it makes your system unstable when you're trying to overclock your processor. You may not get your RAM to where you want it. So we stuck with a medium road 2666. And we only need 8 gigs for gaming, and if you don't believe that, I made a video all about it with charts and evidence from multiple sources, and I'll put the card here. Next, our power supply is a Thermaltake 600 watt ATX power supply. This is a great power supply. Thermaltake is a great brand. 600 watts is a little overkill even for a 1070 that we're putting in this build, but it's okay. It's not too much, and it's also going to give us room if we ever want to do something in the future. Last but not least, we got our video card, and we go over the Best Buy and get a PNY GeForce GTX 1070 8GB. Now this video card is for free shipping, $409.99. Now really you could use any GTX 1070. Anything around $400 would be great because that's basically where they're at now. Maybe a little more, you might end up paying like $430. But this is a great card, has 3 fans, great cooling, and also has a little bit of red in it. And if you feel like the red doesn't really match the case, that's okay because it's going to blend all together with the smoke side panel and the LEDs that we put in from the motherboard and our cycle flow fans. So next we have to talk about monitors and peripherals. Now the monitors are really subjective of what you want to get, but I have a couple options here that I can throw to you, maybe give you an idea of something we're looking for. So I would go with either the Acer G25 7HU, which is a 25-inch 1440p $250 monitor. That would be on the low end, but that'll work. Or I would go with the Asus 27-inch 1440p 75Hz 1 millisecond response time monitor. That's the one I would probably recommend. I run 32-inch 1440p at about 70 Hz, I think it gets, and it's buttery smooth. So this one would be amazing. That comes in at $317.90, also with Prime shipping. And the last but not least, let's just say you want to go into 1080p gaming. You could pay $189.99 for a 24-inch Acer 144 Hz. So either way you go, I personally feel like 1440p is better, but if you're somebody who plays competitive Counter-Strike and you want high refresh rate, then you either go with the 1080p or maybe you even find a 1440p monitor that's 144 Hz, which really be prepared to pay because that's going to cost you. Alright, last but not least, we're going to go in the peripherals, which I would go with the Red Cooler Master Devastator 2, of course, because value, it's amazing. It'll fit right into our budget, and also we're going to pick up a set of speakers anywhere, Logitech or whatever you find. The Logitech ones I had in the last video were only $20 and they're amazing speakers. But that's everything you need besides Windows, which either you can buy Windows off of a little more shady of a site, you either might already have it, or maybe you're one of those people that want to pay full price. Either way, with manipulating what monitor you take will allow you to get Windows however you see fit and still be in your $1,500 budget. But that's everything, and this would be an amazing computer, a computer that I would love to have. So if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll catch you on the next one. My name is Andrew, and this is Elite Gaming HQ. Thanks for watching, guys.